Why wouldn't I do a favor for a beautiful woman? You're a damsel in distress. I happen to be a chivalrous gentleman. I'd be delighted to get to know you better.
I'm waiting for someone.
Well, until that someone shows up, I'm going to keep you company. The docks at night are no place for a young lady.
I'm fine, honestly.
How about we ruminate over those charges you're facing? I happen to be retired. I'm indulging my passion in gardening. But my son, John, maybe could be of some assistance.
He already helped.
He has? Ooh, I'm pleased to hear that. I raised that boy with manners. It's good to know he hasn't forgotten them.
You live with Johnny, right? Well, if he told you that I'm a murder suspect, I would assume that he's also mentioned helping me out.
Huh. Smart and savvy as well as pretty. An irresistible combination. You ought to listen to an old man's advice, dear. I've been to Pentonville. It's a horror show. Unspeakable. The stuff that goes on there. I can't imagine the women's penitentiary in Brooklyn is any better. Now, I happen to be a great admirer of beauty, and I'd hate to think of you as wilting behind stone walls.
Abby? Get away from her now. You can say anything you want to me, but you stay away from Abby.
Easy now. Cool your jets. I was just introducing myself to your lovely companion.
Male introductions are over. This is the last time you talk to Abby, ever.
So high-strung. I gotta admit, I like your fire, kid. But there's really no need for it. I'm just a harmless old man with a new lease on life. What's a big deal about me trying to make a few new friends?
We're not friends.
Well, not yet. Listen, I sympathize with your plight. Two young lovers defying the world to be together is a beautiful thing. It gets me right here, every time. I know I don't have to explain to you what kind of hellhole I've been stuck in for the past 5 years. Dear, Pentonville is a lonely, soul-sucking pit. Sure does make you appreciate life on the outside, though, doesn't it? And clearly, you've already been appreciating the finer things in life. I mean, look at this lovely creature. It would be such a shame if something ever happened to separate you two.
Abby and I are just fine, and nothing's going to change that.
I sure hope not. I'm already a big fan of you two. And from what I hear about this Brandon sicko, nobody should be spending any time in prison for wasting that piece of garbage. You don't even deserve to be prosecuted, dear.
Thanks.
Now, I can't make any promises, but I might still have a connection or two up my sleeve. I wouldn't mind making phone calls on your behalf. Didn't you say you wanted to hire a contractor?
I'll be handling things on my own now, okay? If you want to help me and Abby out, you just stay away from us.
Fair enough. I have no doubt that a strong, independent young man like yourself will be able to handle whatever comes his way. Your daddy must be very proud. You're in very good hands, dear. You two have a lovely evening.
Where the hell you been?
Good to see you too, Johnny boy. It's such a nice, warm welcome for your father. I'm starting to think you like me a lot better locked up.
Well, at least I knew where to find you.
Come on, I was stuck behind those stale walls like a wilting flower deprived of sunlight. But now that I'm out, I feel strong again, virile. I'm like a hibiscus syriacus in full bloom.
I'm not even gonna ask what that is.
Oh, it's so nice to be blossoming again, especially this late in life. And the ladies, they're flocking around me. I haven't seen so many hot blondes in one day since... Well, that's another story. John, you think I should dye my hair? Maybe grow one of those goatees?
I mean, what are you talking about? What women, what blondes?
They were everywhere. I was practically tripping over them. And that Corinthos is a real fool. His ex, Carly, smoking hot. Could be the most passionate, forceful woman I've ever encountered. And that's saying a lot.
Stay the hell away from Carly, all right? Or you're a dead man. Sonny and Jason see you as a real threat, i.e. if you go after Michael or Carly, it's over. And I'm not just talking about for you, I mean for me too.
Why you let those two idiots have such control over you is beyond me, John.
Just stick to your flowers, your gardening, or whatever, and let me do what I'm doing. It's working. I've almost earned Michael's full trust, and once I do, we'll have all the leverage we need against Sonny. Both families can do their business in peace.
Peace? Screw peace! Peace is nothing more than an invitation for your enemy to stick a knife in your back. You're fighting for your life here! Corinthos will slit your throat, Michael or no Michael. The kid has a limited shelf life as a hostage against Sonny, and that's all he's good for. So you need to wise up fast. If you're gonna run this business, my family business, you need to play to win. And that means all your enemies fall. Not too smooth at picking locks, are you? Would have been quieter if you kicked in the door. Either way, once you cross that threshold, I got a green light to blow you to kingdom come. Who would ever think I'd be the victim of a crime? I mean, talk about the tables turning.
Look, just put the gun down, okay?
Why would I do that? Dangerous ex-con? Same man who bludgeoned my poor daughter to death breaks into my home. I can only assume he means to do me bodily harm.
I'm just looking for information, that's all.
I'm terrified. I'm a feeble old man. You're young and strong. You're the son of my greatest rival. I think I'm well within my rights to shoot you in self-defense.
You do, and my dad and Jason will hunt you down.
Oh, don't say that. Threats make my trigger finger itchy.
All right, look, just... You put the gun down, and I'll owe you. It'll be better for everybody, okay?
Will it?
Yes. Look, just tell me where I can find the hit woman that you used to frame Abby.
So direct and straightforward. I see you've been taking lessons from Jason Morgan. Look, between you and me, you could find a mentor who has a little more personality. No, I mean,
Whoa. Put the gun down. Lower the gun. Now.
Michael picked the lock. I'm a defenseless old man. How do I know he's not going to slit my throat?
I'm unarmed, okay?
I don't know. Maybe you got a knife in your underpants.
I said lower the gun. Why did you break in?
I was looking for information on the hit woman your father hired.
Hit woman? All I've been doing is pruning my roses, minding my own business.
Look. Johnny, I'm telling you, if you help me get these charges dropped off Abby, I'll owe you, okay?
You ought to see the medallions, John. They're like this, peach color, the scent of licorice.
You could have been killed.
I need to prove Abby's innocent.
My father's driven as ever right now to get back at your father, to make him suffer, to claim back his territory. What a better way to start than to blow his kid's head off in self-defense, huh?
My father framed Abby. There's no way I'm letting this go.
Just get out. Let me handle this.
What happened? I broke into Johnny's penthouse to search for a lead on the hit woman. Anthony was there, and he pulled a shotgun on him.
Are you serious right now? You could have been killed, Michael.
Johnny forced him to back down, and he said he'd help with the situation.
What happened to supporting your mom through this whole custody thing?
I didn't say I was going to ditch Abby. Look, Johnny can help me save her right now.
Johnny and Anthony could have been playing you.
No, I thought about that. But I had a feeling that Johnny was genuinely pissed at his dad.
Yeah, he usually is, but it means nothing.
I'm not taking that guy at face value. I'm just saying that Johnny and Anthony have different agendas. Look, I am sure that Anthony's the one who's framing Abby. If I just play Johnny...
Just stop right there. You need to stay out of it.
Abby doesn't have time.
How many times do you need to hear this? I'm working on it.
No offense, Jason, that's not good enough. Look, if I don't do something, Abby can go to jail.
We're not going to let it get to that, Michael.
What's happening? Look, Diane is working on a case for self-defense. She thinks it's gonna fly, but Dante, he told me the exact same thing. We all know how that turned out.
So your answer is to break into Johnny's apartment?
I mean, Abby can go to the same hellhole that I was in. I'm not gonna let that happen.
You're not gonna save Abby by throwing your life away. Anthony could have killed you. I couldn't make myself go to Jake's funeral. I don't want to go to yours.
How have you managed to live in this hovel for so long? And no wonder you spend all your time at the gym. Look at this. There's no light. There's no room to grow anything. And who are all those people wandering around in the halls?
They're called residents, Pop. They live here.
They're witnesses. Witnesses are never good, you know this.
Feel free to leave any time.
Was that any way to speak to your father? I understand. You're touchy because your girlfriend got arrested. I don't blame you.
Leave it alone.
Oh, she's a rare find, that Lisa. Lovely and lethal. I hate to think of her locked away for the rest of her life, don't you? Huh. How do these things work? I mean, it's like a miracle. There's no antennae, there's no wires. Such amazing advances since I went into the joint.
They had cell phones when you went to prison.
But not the kind you could watch movies on.
Just answer the damn phone, will you?
Hello? Hello? Is anybody there? Is this the person to whom I'm speaking? Hello? Will you give your father a little privacy, please?
Well, I'm not going anywhere.
I told you never to contact me again. Not one more dime. You ask again, we're gonna have a real problem.
Fine. I'll tell Sonny Corinthos everything.
Why do you have to bring him into this? I paid you well. I thought we were fine.
You didn't tell me who I was dealing with.
You didn't ask.
I need twice the full amount for starters.
Let me think about it.
Jetty docks. Usual spot within the hour.
You sure you're gonna be safe on the jetty docks?
Be there.
Who are you talking to?
I've become quite the ladies' man since I got out of Pentonville. They're flocking around me like the birds of summer.
Is that the call girl who was here the other night? Long hair, nice looking.
Gorgeous, isn't she? Especially for a pro.
Yeah, she's a pro, all right. Professional hit woman. Who you hired to frame Michael's girlfriend. And now she's hitting you up for more money. Oh, didn't I tell you this would come back to bite you?
An old man can only hope.
Okay.
Why aren't you trying to get the lovely Lisa out of jail instead of criticizing your poor father who has to pay for one lousy date?
All right, here's how it went down, and correct me if I'm missing anything. Your lawyer, Angela Dwyer, got Brandon Lowell out of prison. You also happened to hire a hit woman who very much resembles one Abby Haber. So Brandon gets out of prison, doesn't know he's being set up, because let's be honest, he's not the brightest bulb in the bush. Gets out of prison, roughs Abby up, ends up dead in the parking lot of one of my clubs, complete with an eyewitness who saw a blonde woman shoot him down. But here's the mistake you made. You didn't tell the hit woman how connected Michael was. Now she's hitting you up for more dough.
That's an interesting theory, John. I'll be back in a while.
Never pay off a blackmailer. It's bad for business. Hey, don't act like I'm not talking to you.